This is Joy News Desk. Thank you very much for your company. And our dismissed former National Service boss, Alhassan Imoro, was in court earlier today. Alhassan Imoro is standing trial for allegedly embezzling 86.9 million Ghana cedis. According to prosecution, investigations so far reveal that for every month starting from September 2013 to July 2014, an amount of 7.9 million Ghana cedis was paid to 22,612 non-existent or ghost service persons. Let's find out what happened in court today. I'm joined over the telephone by our reporter, Kwabna Tenchen Boateng. Kwabna?
Hello, Kemini.
What can you report from court today?
Well, in court today, like viewers would recall, there was the case of the National Service Secretariat former boss, Alhaji Alhassan Imoro, who is actually being accused of allegedly stealing some 86.9 million Ghana cedis. So the trial has been on for some time now. Apparently, there's been quite a number of adjournments because the state is actually saying that they are still in investigations. They do not have enough evidence. Today in court, the same scenario played out. The police actually, I must say that the state prosecutors actually said they needed a little bit more time since they were almost done with their investigations. So they needed a bit more time for them to actually conclude their investigation so that they will be in a position to make a solid case. Now, in court today was obviously Alhaji Alhassan Imoro, who came in with a very normal demeanor. He didn't look tense. He just looked very relaxed, just came in smiling and came ready for questions. But apparently no such thing happened. We're there, and when the state prosecutors came, they actually mentioned that they had to call for an adjournment, which, again, I must say, counsel for the accused, Alhaji Alhassan Imoro, actually agreed to. The lead counsel for the accused actually is one Dennis J. Jumo. He's actually the lead counsel for them. But one point that was raised today was the fact that there's been too many adjournments. So they were hoping that after today, the next adjournment will see the case begin proper. So that's basically what happened. But the substantive issue has been adjourned to March 12 for the case to actually begin properly.
Was the member of parliament in court today? The former member of parliament, sorry.
Was the former member of parliament?
Was he in court today?
Yes, indeed. Alhaji Alhassan Imoro was in court, like I mentioned. He was in court.
That's true. The former National Service boss, rather.
The former National Service boss, yes, indeed. He was there. He was there throughout, and like I mentioned, he was all smile throughout the process, and he was very calm, very composed, just waiting for the state prosecutors to actually make their case. So he was very relaxed. He didn't really complain too much. Now, another thing that also came up, I think is worth mentioning, is the fact that as part of his bail conditions that was set early on, his bail conditions were a 90 million Ghana cedi bail plus some other conditions. In fact, in those conditions was the fact that he couldn't travel, he had to report to the CID once a week and all. There were quite a number of them. Apparently, some of the conditions have been revised, but he's still being made to report to the CID once a week. Now, a case that came up today, a point that was raised by his legal team, was the fact that it has become a norm that you just go to the CID headquarters on a Wednesday morning and you just go and write your name that you are there and you leave. So they see it as no point and actually an infringement on his right. Because most of the time when they do go to the criminal investigation department headquarters, there's virtually nothing to be done there. So they were actually praying the court to actually get that clause out of the way so that if the client is needed, the CID can go ahead and call him and prompt him that, you know what, we will need you tomorrow so he can come over for that.
So what was the court's response to that?
Well, the court opened the floor for the accused to actually substantiate why they still wanted to have him appear every Wednesday. And, well, what the state prosecutors are saying is that with the nature of the issue at hand, it would be impossible, virtually impossible, to actually grant such a thing. And indeed, the court agreed with them, and so he will still have to be reporting to the Criminal Investigations Department every Wednesday.
But beyond that, what was Al-Hassan Imoro's reaction to the many adjournments? The case never, the case proper never gets heard.
Well, I've spoken to him personally. He refused to speak on camera though. But speaking to him, what he mentioned was that he's not happy with it. Obviously, he's had to always come here, go, and sometimes it restricts his movement. And if you have to do something on a Wednesday, or if you have an appointment on a Wednesday, you'd have to cancel because of this particular thing. So he was thinking that if the court deemed it necessary, they would have granted him that particular relief. But anyway, obviously, the court knows best.
Kwabena, thank you very much for that report. Kwabena Chenchahene joined us from the court, but we'll still stay there. While former Nkranza North Member of Parliament Eric Omwating is also reappearing before an Accra Circuit Court over a case involving his alleged fraudulent acquisition of a passport while behind bars in the United States for drug trafficking. Eric Omwating will be cross-examined by state prosecutors today. In a bit, we should get in touch with Kwache Afred Nyama, who is on the ground for us, find out what's happening with that. In the meantime, however, I'd urge you to go onto facebook.com/Joy News on TV and share your comments about the broadcast today there, and I'll be absolutely thrilled if you do, because I'm going to share it with the rest of us here. Don't go away.